What up, though? What's up, family? How's everything? Just got my ass off work. Man, definitely tired. You can probably hear it in my voice, but we're going to get through this, okay? So, like I always say, shout out to my subscribers. You guys know who you are. My Twitter followers, the my Facebook group. They stay smacking it up every fucking night. You know how that shit go. But I can't thank you guys enough. I hit that 1,000 mark plateau yesterday. Cleared it with shout out to everybody who stepping up to the plate. I get on here and I do these breakdown videos. To offer help to those who don't know, and for the people who just generally like to come tune in, and I appreciate y'all. With that being said, I'm going to do a $50 giveaway. I didn't expect to clear that 1,000 mark plateau that quickly. So I said there was some type of software I got to get or some type of program that I got to download. And since I'm off tonight, I'll be looking into that today. It's like I'll have to have you guys, and help me out with this if you guys know. I have to have you guys maybe comment on a certain video, and then when I get X amount of comments, the software or the program, whatever will save those usernames or whatever the case may be, and then I'll be able to come back on another video, and it's like a automatic spin the wheel type of deal. And like I said, it'll save all those comments, and then it'll just I'll push a button, and then the wheel will spin, and it'll land on someone's name. So I'll be looking into that today, and then I'll give you guys a heads up on what video I need you guys to comment on, and then somebody will be a lucky winner. You know the routine. Sorry, my fault. I had to grab something off this damn table. All right. Yeah, you guys know the routine. If you don't have Twitter, it's a must that you have Twitter. And be following NBA Fantasy Labs. I can't stress this enough. I'm going to tell you guys every single video. You need to be tuned in, up until lock. Rush hour is 2 hours before lock. You have to be free, okay? So you can be able to concentrate and get up on the injury news. Use the rest of the first part of the day to gather some thoughts and things like that, whether you're playing DFS or you're betting on the books. Now, keep in mind, I'm no expert. These videos are for informational purposes only. And let's get right into it. We got 2 early games. I'm not going to touch on those. I'm just going to focus on the main slate, which starts at 6 p.m. Was on a 2-day losing streak till last night. I cracked one. I did about 7 tickets last night, maybe 8, something like that. Quick recap of a few tickets. I'm not going to go through them all. This is my first ticket of the day, and this is my first ticket of the day right here. I had Tristan Thompson over 9.5 points, and he quit. I don't understand, but he might not have closed that game, or whatever the case may be. Colin Sexton, like I was telling you guys on my last video, I love how these guys, him and Garland, has turned the corner. Ivica Zubac he had to give me 11 points or better. John Collins had to give me 15 points or better. Kevin Looney had to give me 6 rebounds. He's someone that I really, going up against Jokic, I just felt like he had to be out there, and it paid off. Jusuf Nurkic, I told you guys last game that his minutes were creeping up, and I think the minutes restriction is probably lifted right now. And he went out there and had a ball. He had probably like 25 and 17 and like 6, whatever the case may be. But remember, back in when him, Nurkic, and Jokic were in Denver, they were competing for the backup, for their starting center spot, and both of these guys are very good. Okay, uh, and Maladon, this was a pace-up matchup versus the OKC Thunder. He couldn't do nothing but give me at least 4 assists, and at some great odds for parlays. So, and I did crack the parlay insurance. So let me tell you guys, this was my first ticket. I really concentrated hard on my first 2 tickets because, like this ticket, for example, I take advantage of the promotion that they offer. This is an everyday promotion that they give you up to $25 back if you miss one leg of a parlay, a multi-game parlay, and the odds have to be 200 minus 200 or better. So they slept right here because they usually go like 210 or whatever the case may be. So you can't take advantage of the promotion. So I smacked them on this one right here, this negative 200. That was borderline. And then I had some 166, 188, 154s, 192s, and the list goes on. You get you some of those together, and that's they're good for some for a decent return. I bet $10 on that. It would have paid me 240. 248 or something like that. I missed by one, and then there's the insurance kicked in right there, parlay insurance. So I get my money back for that. Here's the other first ticket. This was the same game parlay, as you can see up there for the folks who don't know, and is where you you parlay up some plays through one game. Try to predict the game flow or whatever the case may be. I had 9 selections here, and it just was a weird day. Bam Adebayo did not get 7 rebounds for whatever the case may be. I can't complain. It's a new day. Moving on over, this one I did hit right here. This was a $20 bet. I won $279 or whatever the case may be, $269 or $859 or whatever. This was a game that I really liked because I could tell where the usage was coming from, especially on Charlotte's side. But sometimes I just follow what I think and what I do. Terry Rozier had been kind of disappointing in a couple of games, so I didn't take him for points. I took him for a few assists. I think he came out as funk, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Garland and Sexton is those 2 guys, and Bridges. These guys have been really playing some good ball. So there you have that. Here's a ticket I just really whiffed on. Red. L. I took L's on this one. And I talked about Garland and Sexton, and look what I do in the last video, and look what I do. Go right around and turn to Kevin Love for a fucking double-double. Being greedy. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy, being greedy. I didn't even check the stats. I just knew this was L. Well, George didn't get the 4 threes, and I ain't checked Nikola Jokic's stats, but they lost. Yeah, they lost, and I don't know if he got the triple-double or not. Here's another L right here. Grayson Allen, he was terrible last night, and I don't know what in the world got into C.J. Anderson to where he didn't get two assists. And that's it right there. So yeah, I made a profit yesterday over $100. It is what it is. it's important that you try to go in there and you try to take some money from these people every day. If I don't care if it's safe or whatever the case may be, you know, get the money, man. You know, if you could pay your rent every day, I mean, every month off this shit, so be it. You know, you can pay the phone bill paid, you know, your car note paid or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody bets different and, you know, work with a different bankroll. Just try to get some consistency and try to cash each and every day to keep yourself and keep your head afloat. Starting off with Detroit and Indiana. Detroit and Indiana. Okay, Indiana is very shorthanded, especially in the front court when you got guys like Sabonis out, Miles Turner out, Lamb is questionable, Goga Batadze, he's questionable. And there you have that. So on the Detroit side, I'll talk about Detroit first. Corey Joseph was probable. Jeremy Grant is probable, along with Mason Plumlee is in. Quiet is kept, in my personal opinion. You know, the way I don't really bet on games like that. You know, I'm a prop bet type of guy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. Hey, if you're looking at underdogs, hey, Detroit probably could. You know, with a full healthy Detroit could probably, man, they can probably do some damage. You know, they might can come up here and sneak up and beat up on them. They got enough to beat up on the Pacers. Don't mind going to Jeremy Grant here. Jeremy Grant, Mason Plumlee, especially if you get somebody like Goga Batadze. Well, Sabonis is out. Mason Plumlee, given the only thing about Mason Plumlee is he's splitting minutes right now with I think it was Isaiah Stewart, okay? But you give Mason Plumlee the minutes, like his last game he played against Dallas, they really tried to go out there and beat them. And when Detroit plays, they do play hard, okay? But this is a guy who contributes in a few different categories on a regular basis, whether it's points, rebounds, and assists. You know what I'm saying? This game against Washington, he played 16 minutes. But, you know, he didn't have a triple-double in the last month or two. So, you know, like I say, he got a decent basketball IQ. It's just the minutes, you know. And he's giving you some decent numbers in smaller amounts of minutes, you know, like it's 21 minutes, that 9 and 10 or whatever the case may be, you know, 11, 9, and 4. You know, he could, you know, he's a good passer for a big man. Killian Hayes, I imagine he won't get to start. Corey Joseph will probably get to start. A savvy veteran. He's been getting like the 30 minutes a game or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I probably wouldn't trust him for nothing but probably with some assists if he happens to pop up on the books. And but you know, this game is, you know, it's not much to like because you don't know, especially from the Detroit side. Like I said, they do play hard, but you don't know how many guys and what the rotation going to be like. So it's going to be kind of crazy. But, you know, when the books adjust and we get up in the morning and we figure out, you know, how we want to play this from the Detroit side, we just have to see who they throw out there and work with it from that. We know Sadiq Bey is, you know, he's going to get the minutes, you know. His usage just kind of goes down when the team is healthy, you know. But if the team, when you get folks out, you get him, you know, shooting shots like, you know, 6 for 11, you know. He took 20 shots right here, you know. He does take a lot of threes, you know. So he took 12 attempts from the field, 11 of them were threes, 20 attempts from the field, 12 of them were threes right there. So, you know, and he'll make some too. You already know that. Now, that's just about it. And on the Indiana side, if you don't get if we don't get Sabonis, I mean, well, we're not going to get Sabonis, but if we don't get Bataze, then you can look to O'Shea Brissett. He had a monster game last game. He had about 23 points, 12 rebounds, assists, and 3 blocks, and he played 42 minutes. I don't know if he's going to be playing 42 minutes again in any situation, but he could end up starting this game at the center spot and bringing Bataze off the bench, or they can start Bataze, or they can start them both. But we need to find out what's going on with Bataze and his injury situation. So that's going to be a stall. But LeVert, you got LeVert and Malcolm Brogdon. These two guys going to do what they're going to do. They're getting ready to garner all the usage, all right? If you get somebody like T.J. McConnell and he gets off to a great start, then, he can cut into some of their minutes. Unless they slide LeVert to the 3 and Brogdon to the 2 or something like that, which I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. Last but not least, I want to touch on Justin Holiday, who, all he does is shoot threes, okay? But he hasn't been sparking no type of upside scoring-wise. It's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, man. He hasn't had over 8 points. Like, bro, come on, man. What's up with you, man? Little bro over there playing better than him. Moving over to Chicago and Miami games. Miami is on a back-to-back. And the usual suspects are sporting their regular out tags with Zach LaVine and Victor Oladipo, okay? So Miami's on a back-to-back. Keep an eye out just in case they rest somebody or whatever the case may be. Jimmy Butler, I told y'all in the last video, he's out there doing Jimmy Butler things again. Coming late to the party, man. Just dragging and shit like that, That's why I don't fuck with Jimmy like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even know how they made it to the finals. No disrespect to y'all Heat fans, but they ass wasn't even supposed to be there. I don't know how they trampled their way to the finals. That shit was crazy. But it is what it is, man. Bam Adebayo couldn't give me 6 rebounds last game. That was crazy. It's just a mess. Okay, so assuming everybody's healthy, man, what you see is what you get from these guys, man. Kendrick Nunn, the left-handed bandit, he's him and damn, what's the boy name? Duncan Robinson. I had a brain freeze. Him and Duncan Robinson gonna go out there and shoot that 3, okay? He hit 5 threes yesterday. He had 21 points. So for future references, when you ever get Jimmy Butler out or whatever the case may be, Kendrick Nunn, his usage just goes, up through the moon. He takes a decent amount of threes. He can't hit them, you know what I'm saying? He can show you the upside. He just hit 5 threes there, 6 threes there. He hit 5 threes here, and he's kind of efficient. It is what it is, but that's something I had to point out right there for future references. Duncan Robinson is another guy. He loves to shoot the 3, man. He just need to hit him at a higher clip. And we know he can, you know what I'm saying? He took 10 3-point attempts last game, you know what I'm saying? He's a 3 guy, man, but, he need to hit more of them, man, especially in all those minutes and opportunity that he's getting. Now, for the sports books, Trevor Ariza, you can look to Trevor Ariza, he's popping up on the books. If you take a stab at Trevor Ariza, don't be mad if you lose. If he don't come through for you, you know, don't be mad if he don't come through for you. But let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In his last 8 games, he's hit a 3. All right. Yesterday, it was an up-paced matchup for them. He had a double-double with 13 and 10. Okay. He had a great game against Brooklyn. I was all over that. Good game against Minnesota. I wasn't on that. That's when I jumped on the Trevor Ariza train right here against Brooklyn. Okay, his odds pretty decent. Pretty decent. Now he's not no guy that's gonna go out there and just not do anything. Okay, he gonna do something. He's a savvy veteran. But you gotta play your cards right when you go up there because see the minutes that's there 31, 30. 30, 35, 37, and they're going to use them. On the Bulls side of things, I mean, like Bam Adebayo, he's in play. If he plays, this is a decent spot for him. As long as he can try to stay out of foul trouble, he should bounce back. It's nothing. He had a bad game. You could probably lock him in for a double-double against Nikola Vucevic. And speaking of Nikola Vucevic, we'll start off with him. He gets buckets, man. He shoots the 3, okay? He's hit a 3 in 14 out of 15 games. He gets buckets from the field. He throws a few dimes. He gets rebounds. It's hard to tell when he's going to have a double-double. But if you know your matchups and stuff like that, it's very likely he can get a double-double against Bam in this matchup. It's very likely that Bam can get a double-double against him as well because he's not that good of a defensive center and Nikola Vucevic. So with all that being said, I like Vooch, Kobe White. At the point guard position over here at Miami, I'm not afraid of none of their defense. Kobe White, it's a matter of time for he pop off 30 or over 30 real points. The minutes is there for him. He's got the green light. The usage is there. Few assists here and there. So, he's taking the threes. He's hit a 3 in 13 out of his 15 games, at least one. And, last game he went 4 for 6. They played some hell of a defense and beat Charlotte. Those are the only 2 guys that I can trust in same game parlays or prop bets right now. But keep in mind, you can use the unders. San Antonio and New Orleans. Like I pointed out in my last video, don't get popped. Popovich, he announced everybody out, man. The usual suspects, but they're back. So going up against San Antonio. One thing about Popovich, I want to tell you guys this, is he's still a good coach, you know what I'm saying? And whatever he's working with, he's going to make the best of what he's working with, and he's going to game plan or whatever the case may be. So this is a pace-up matchup for San Antonio, okay? Now, don't be surprised if Popovich got some type of tricks up his sleeve to stop one of these guys, and Zion Williamson or Brandon Ingram. When the Spurs win games, they're not supposed to win. That's Popovich back there being a brilliant coach. So, start off on the San Antonio side. This game should be, and San Antonio is playing a little bit faster as well. So, not a fan of New Orleans defense. They don't have the best defense, so you can target players against them. Everybody should eat on this one. DeMar DeRozan, he comes out there with that mid-range game, and you know what it is. You don't take that many threes. You know what I'm saying? He's still living under a rock. So, playing that old school basketball, he does get to that line though. You know what I'm saying? That's major key. Those are things you need to pay attention to, as well as how often and do these and how aggressive are these players that they get into the free throw line and stuff like that. Because some of these guys don't get to the free throw line in weeks. Okay, but shout out to the season that DeMar DeRozan has been having. He's been doing a little bit of everything. Um, Points, rebounds, and assists. Okay, so you can do a triple threat on him. If you want to be greedy. If you're doing like same game parlays. DeJounte Murray is a guy that I want to be great, but he don't want to be great. Another guy who does a little bit of everything, but he needs to step it up in the shot category. I need to see him having 15 shots a game. It's hard to figure out where he's going to be at. He's borderline it right here with this 11 points and this 11 points. This 14, this 13, this 11 points, this 12 points, this 12-point shit. He's borderline it when we're trying to put the money on him, okay? He hasn't been in single digits, but that's really close for comfort for 28 and 33 minutes from a good from a good player like him. He does rebound and he does get assists. You can't tell what his assist totals were. You can't track none of it. It's like all over the place. 4, 7, 3, 10, 4, 6, 4. He's had in his last 15 games, he had 10 assists one time. He's a good rebounder. He has long arms. He can get steals as well. Basic defender. None. So there you have that for DeJounte Murray. Derrick White had to shoulder the load last game. And he put up 17 shots, had 26 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. When he has to be aggressive, he will go out there and ball, okay? He went 8 for 8 from the free throw line and against Detroit. And you see how aggressive he was. He gets to the line almost every game. So that's just if you don't know about Derrick White, it's just a little insight for you guys before you looking at him on the prop bets and stuff like that. Jakob Poeltl, he had an awesome game for his standards. He had 17, 11, 4, and 4 last game. Excuse me. Wow, excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah, so he's somebody who's been, pretty consistent, especially in the rebounding category. He's had 5 rebounds or less, 13 out of his last 15 games. 2 out of his last 15 games. So he's been getting like 6 rebounds or better each and every game. He'll see some Steven Adams. So, Steven Adams, he can be up and down and, his minutes can be fluctuated here and there. I'll get to him in a second. But he doesn't take that many shots, but he's real efficient when he does shoot the ball. So it's not like never an off game for him for the amount of shots that he takes. Keldon Johnson is too hard to. This is the matchup, up-tempo matchup. This is a good get right spot for him, But he's all over the place. He's inconsistent with his scoring. I just can't, I can't pinpoint it. I have to lowball him. And on the New Orleans side, Zion Wilson, Brandon Ingram, it's going to be interesting to see how Pop's going to play this and see who tries to take out the game, whatever or whatnot. Because that's what he's going to do. He might try to take Brandon Ingram out the game, or whatever the case may be. Throw some bodies in front of Zion Williamson to get some charges and shit like that. Try to frustrate these younger players with some coaching. So keep a lookout for I don't have to touch on too much of one of these guys because you know what it is. Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram, those guys garner most of the usage. Lonzo Ball has been a shell of himself. Like, where you at? Where you been? You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand. He did have 12 assists last game, and then he had 15 points, but he had 3 assists the game before that. Then he went 5, 7, and 3. 4, 2, and 3. Like, what the hell, bro? Like, what's all that? So it's hard to trust him. You know, his minutes is all over the place. And keep in mind, you're not forced to pick anybody. Last but not least, you got a Q tag for Steven Adams, but he is probable. He had 12 and 9 against that weak defense of Orlando, minus Wendell Carter that game. He's out there for a long time. You know, it is what it is. He, depending on the game flow, he's splitting minutes with Jackson Hayes. LA Lakers and Dallas. Luka, you know, sitting up there at the top. Then you got Anthony Davis. He came back and played 17 or 18 minutes last game. 4 and 4, an assist, a block, a steal, whatever the case may be. It just can't go to him. If they end up throwing him on the books, I probably try to take some unders. We'll see how the books adjusted, if they adjust or whatever the case may be. I haven't looked. I was at work, man. Shout out to the group. They nailed it. I told you guys at the end of my last video that what they was going to do. It's a lot of Q tags just all over the place. Like Anthony Davis, like I said, he's probable, but Kristaps Porzingis, Andre Drummond, and Dennis Schroeder, you know. I don't know if anyone, KCP, just a lot of Q tags, Markieff Morris. So we just got to, you know, wait to see what's up with the injury report. But, you know, Luka's not sitting up there with a injury tag. So, you know, everybody from the group, you already know. I already know what y'all waiting on. Y'all waiting to drop that hammer, and I know it was good. You know what I'm saying? So a little advice right here is like, so you don't see a Q tag on Kuzma because you know how you guys like to throw up the, how you like to jump on those assists or whatever the case may be. If the odds are still juicy and things like that, then, you know, if you're thinking about taking a stab at Kuzma or something like that, you can definitely take that stab right away with all these Q tags and stuff like that. I haven't been on the books, but, you know, to see what they got to offer for us tomorrow. But we'll have to, you know, just point that out. So I'm just going to bypass that game. We already know the deal with these players. Minnesota and Utah. Usual suspects are out. You know, the Donovan Mitchell and, you know, whatever the case may be. Terrible defense. Minnesota has a terrible defense. You'll have Cat going up against Rudy Gobert. So that should be a sight to see. But you never know what can happen in the game. Any given time, any given day, any team can get beat. So all the usage is there in the world for Cat. He's taking, you know, anywhere from 15 to 20 shots a game. I don't like this spot. Cat can stretch you out though. You know what I'm saying? He can stretch you out, and he can pass. He can do a lot of other different things. You know what I'm saying? So in his last 15 games, he had under 3 assists only once. So, you know, he's had 4 assists or better, 14 out of 15 games, all right? His rebounds can be all over the place, as you can see. Well, as of late, 5 rebounds, 18 rebounds, 6 rebounds, 5 rebounds, Going up a hell of a rebounder in Rudy Gobert, I would probably stay away from the rebounds or whatever the case may be. Great defensive teams or good defensive teams and pace down matchups can lower the whole team's stats, peripherals and everything. It can lower it, and stats can get lowered as a team. So you have to, then couple that with the fact you can put factor in blowouts and things like that. It's a combination of things that can hinder a missed prop or something like that. So you'll get Anthony Edwards being out there being aggressive. Uh, so keep an eye out on the injury news for not Anthony, for guys like D'Angelo Russell. I'd imagine he'd play. Where you attack Utah at is you attack them from the guard position, especially aggressive guards, like Russell Westbrook and, Bradley Beal. I think they went in there and beat them twice. Ultra aggressive guards and consistent guards keep the pressure on. They can have good games. So depending on which D'Angelo Russell you're going to see can really make a difference in these guys staying in the game, whatever the case may be. So his last 6-7 games, he hasn't taken more than 14 shots. He shoots the three. He hits a three every game, at least one. We know D'Angelo Russell. We know what he can do. Rebounds are not there. So I wouldn't even take a stab at his rebound prop. Good thing to see his assist totals are going up, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good, But Cat, Edwards, and D'Angelo Russell is the only guys I probably even thinking about doing a prop for, even in same game parlays. But like I said, this is a great matchup for Utah. Okay, Rudy Gobert is in a good spot. If he can stay out of foul trouble. If he don't get into no foul trouble, he's in a pretty decent spot. I'm not afraid of College Towns defense. And Rudy, it's not even about that with Rudy Gobert. He doesn't shoot that much, and then he's around the basket. He's getting a lot of rebounds and putbacks and things like that. Mike Conley, he's getting a lot of assists right now. In his last four games, he's averaging about 12 assists a game. So he's been okay. He's been out there being a point guard, doing what the team needs of him. So you see, them double props and stuff like that, the player performance doubles and double props and stuff like that, man. They're definitely in play for as of right now. For Mike Conley, given what he's been doing in his last 4 games. Joe Ingles, the usual suspects, Bogdanovich, they're all in good spots. Even Royce O'Neal, if he ever decides to be aggressive, they're all in good spots. Royce O'Neal, his point props and things like that are going to be elevated. If all the guys out there in the group, you already know you're going to get Royce O'Neal, you're going to get Utah, and you're going to get Lakers on the same on the same day. Oh man, y'all about to have a ball. I'm playing. I ain't got to work today. I'm in it. Yes. Last game on the docket right here. These guys are Houston are entering the danger zone. Okay, Christian Wood is doubtful. John Wall is out. Kevin Porter Jr. is out. Will Barton, he twisted some shit up last night and fucked our money up. But hey, you got hurt. We live. Eric Gordon is out, bro. Sterling Brown out, man. So I have to go to this damn depth chart, man, to let you guys see, man. Augustine's out. He just popped up out of nowhere. I don't even know where he came from. Avery Bradley out. Whoa, man. These guys, for DFS, you guys know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Target these shorthand teams. So I'm pretty much sure that Houston is going to have around 8 players available for this game today. Okay, so let me see. Daniel House Jr. He played yesterday for the first time since the 4th of April. So he missed 19 games. 19 days. He is somebody that will go up there and chunk up some shots, okay? So, and he's going to have to. So, let me see. Monty Brooks, all right? I don't know if if FanDuel Sportsbook is going to throw these guys out there or who or what they're going to throw out there. So I have to touch on some of these guys. Monty Brooks, okay? Monty Brooks is somebody who's going to see elevated usage in elevated usage, okay? He's been getting minutes already, so, it's a small sample size over the last month, but he does take the three, and he can get in there and get a few rebounds. Where he's hurting at in the category he's hurting at is sharing the ball. But given the minutes that he's going to be getting and the lead way he's going to have tomorrow, so his last two games, it was tough matchups between Miami, Utah, and the Clippers. But he had a cakewalk right here with Orlando. He put up 16 points. Everything, it's going to be a green light for him. So keep an eye out for Monty Brooks, okay? KJ, all right, Kenyon Martin Jr. He's going to see some uptick in minutes. It's terrible over here. DeQuan Jeffries and but Kelly O and Jason Tate, these guys are going to be out there, so Kelly Olynyk has been playing some great ball, man. Some great ball, man. I'm happy for him. Getting a chance to go out there and fully show his potential, especially in the points and the rebound category. He's been shooting the three. He doesn't take that many, but he can stretch the floor, and that's what we like. So he'll be getting elevated usage tomorrow, big time. Him and Jason Tate, they'll be getting elevated usage. You'll probably see Olynyk at the 5, Tate at the 4, House at the 3, Brooks at the 1. Who would probably step in at the 2? That's a toss-up. And Nikola Jokic is in a great spot. They'll be needing to bounce back from that loss from yesterday. Triple-double watch here, early. You know what I'm saying? Great matchup. There's big-time blowout risk here, so keep that in mind. There will probably be no Will Barton, okay? He will help to the locker room, so we will see. It might be Aaron Gordon's time to shine, Out there, okay, he did okay his last 2 games, but for the most part, ain't out there been doing nothing like we've used to. So you can look to him if Will Barton's out. You might get a little bit more extra usage. You got Campazzo starting. They like Campazzo, a lower usage guy, you know what I'm saying? But any other time, if Morris wasn't hurt, it would be Monte Morris starting right now. But, Campazzo, he just going out there doing, a little bit of everything, just a little bit of everything, So, it is what it is. And you know the deal with Michael Porter Jr., all right? So that just about wraps it up, man. Like I said, I don't bet on too many games. Let's see something. We're gonna start off with the main slate. We got some interesting things right here because they got San Antonio Spurs as underdogs, okay? Then they have, of course, Detroit Pistons as underdogs, all right? I wouldn't mind doing an alternate spread on this Detroit game and taking the Pistons or whatever. Or, I don't know if that 5.5 is enough for me. Anything can happen though. Detroit can come out there and beat on them folks or whatever the case may be. And San Antonio Spurs, they dogs. So, it's a good chance that, San Antonio could probably go in there and beat them folks, man. So, and then when you take an underdogs, like I say, always look at the player performance doubles, all right? They're not out for them, for San Antonio, all right? Because when you look at them for the underdogs, the odds are higher. You know what I'm saying? Player performance doubles, underdogs, odds are higher. So if you think Detroit can pull this game out, then Jeremy Grant is going to probably have to give them 25 points, and you'll get that at plus 680. He's not a big time rebounder or whatever the case may be, or a 3-point shooter, but the odds are there. Double, no, he don't. Not a big time. He can get one, but it's not a big time, rebounder like that. Sadiq Bey, 3 threes in Detroit to win, plus 400. 15 points plus 430, and 20 points plus 1,000. All right. Yeah, so I can't thank you guys enough for rocking with me. Stay tuned for that giveaway. I can't wait. When I wake up tomorrow, I will get right on that and give you guys some detail. Make sure you turn on the notifications for every time I upload. Peace.